only 202.
They should have made that road bigger.
Let us stand for the invocation.
As we graduate, we leave behind many friends who have held us together and kept us strong throughout our teenage years, and this saddens us. But those groups of friends, although they helped us, tore other people apart and made them weak. Throughout our childhood, we have sought to divide and differentiate people, to classify them into groups, and to accept or repel those we felt should be accepted or repelled. Hopefully, since then, we have matured and learned to accept people and treat them with kindness, no matter how different or unusual they may seem to us. Hopefully, we have learned it is far better to treat someone with kindness than with contempt or degradation. Hopefully, we have learned that everyone has a worth. If we have not yet learned these, there's still time, and it is now. Now, as those normal barriers that prevent us from treating everyone with kindness break down, is the time to step back and take a minute to reflect on the way in which we treat other people. Many problems in the world result from not giving other people a chance. On the individual level, if people are never given a chance, they may develop a poor self-image and not make anything of themselves. They may begin to picture themselves in the terms and light that other people put them in. Yes, they could do the opposite and prove to the people who look down upon them that they are wrong. But that is a difficult task when one's ego becomes mauled beyond repair. On the worldly level, we often fail to get along with others because we fail to listen to them. We do not give them a chance. We judge people without knowing about them, knowing anything about them. We may judge on their physical appearance or their voice, their style of dress, their intellect, or many other things. When we judge, seldom do we really know what the person is like inside, and seldom do we give the person a chance to show us what they are like. I do not think it is because we do not care, although in actuality, some people do not care. I would hope that deep down we do care. Society, however, makes us act contrary to our caring nature. If we have more popularity, money, in friends, beauty, clothes, possessions, intelligence, talent, or anything that other people wish they had, we have the tendency to act like we are superior people. We act as if the only people worthy of our presence were our own friends, who have the same qualities as us. The rest of the world, which has many different types of people, becomes unequal to ourselves. We become prejudiced about people we don't understand, and often don't want to understand. I'm not exempt from any of these statements. I have made comments or literally turned my nose up at someone because for some strange reason I thought I was superior. When I did this, however, I failed to realize that even if in some regards I was better at something or had better qualities, that the other person was probably better in other things than I. I just saw their qualities that I wanted to see. Now, for several reasons, I realize my mistake. I still, from time to time, catch myself putting myself above someone else. But when I do, now I'm learning to stop. Because it hurts others, because I'm a worse person for doing it. I admire a person who is able to treat everyone as their equal more than I admire someone who supposedly has it all. My question is, why do we put other people down? And what can we do about it? People who judge others who are different than themselves not only judge by calling others degrading names or speaking badly of others. Most often, people act like they are superior by talking down to another person or snubbing them. Once, my freshman year, I was walking down the hall wearing crop pants, which were the style at the time, and a girl who was walking in back of me said to the guy beside her, "Look at Corinne, she's wearing high-water pants." What compelled this girl to say that? It hurt my feelings. I will never know. Deep down, I know she cares about people. I just think she needed to feel better about herself, and by putting me under her, she put herself up. But you can't always build happiness on the misery of others. Yes, you can pretty much step all over people to get where you want in life, but in the end, it won't bring happiness. It'll bring you hatred. What real reason is there for picking on a person or snubbing them? A self-image booster? What gives anyone the right to think they are better than someone else? It does not matter how much money a person has, how popular, poor, unloved, or so-called normal you are. Those things do not give us the right to think poorly of others. Nothing does. We can't think that only select people can be acknowledged as humans. Labels and name-calling are offensive, and they hurt people's feelings. We left that behavior behind in grade school. But I think it hurts even more to just be looked down upon and considered as unequal to another person. We now need to leave behind the attitude that others are below us because they aren't like us and can't do things we can do. The reason I feel so strongly about not putting other people down is because I feel all people are as good as everyone else. We are equivalent until we prove we hurt others in any way. I used to think that if a person wasn't pretty, popular, and had fashionable clothes, no one would like them. But I was wrong. I do not think anyone has the right to put anyone else down. I feel this way because of several experiences in my life. An experience that has had a significant impact on my life is the fact that my older brother is mentally handicapped. This experience has taught me to look for the best in everyone, to accept people as they are, and to realize that no one wants to be looked upon as different. Learning these came naturally. I have learned to look for the best in everyone and not to turn away from someone because of his physical features or problems. It's not a person's outer features that are important, but his inner character. My brother has an awkward outer appearance. He has poor posture, and he walks with an irregular gait. His speech is limited and difficult to comprehend at times. However, he is quite receptive to people. He can show his feelings. Although my brother is different on the outside, inside he is like any other person. I have learned that no one wants to be looked upon as different. I know how much it hurts when someone says or acts as if another person is inferior. I have gone places with my family, and people have stared at my brother and said he should not be there. I've seen people tell their children to stay away from him. These actions hurt me, and I'm sure they hurt my brother. Once, when I was 9 years old, my Girl Scout leader said to me, "You're just like your brother," as if to imply that I had a learning problem. That remark was insensitive and childish. That remark made a deep impact on me. When I was growing up, I saw my brother treated in two different ways. First, as an equal individual by my family, and later, as an outcast in the eyes of society. Until I saw the way other people acted and thought, I did not know there was anything wrong with being different. I'd always known my brother was different, but it did not matter that he was. I viewed him just as I viewed any other person. My brother is loving, has a sense of humor, and is helpful. He's there whenever I need him. He does not care what anyone looks like or who anyone is. He's kinder and more willing to give than anyone I know. There is great value to his life. I might not have realized this until later in life if I had never known someone like my brother. No one has helped me to learn more about life than he has. My brother is not any less of a person because he is handicapped. He has feelings just as I do. His life has as much value as mine does. Just because he cannot communicate as well as I can, walk as well, understand as well, and learn as well, does not mean I am better than he is. The key to accepting people is to realize that not everyone has the same capabilities or qualities. There's nothing funny about a person who is different, whether that person is handicapped or simply dresses out of style. As a wise person once said, "Let me be a little kinder. Let me be a little blinder to the fault of those about me. Let me praise a little more. Let me be a little meeker with a brother or sister that is weaker. Let me think more of my neighbor and a little less of me." I'm not saying we need to like everyone. I'm simply saying we need to treat people with kindness. All most people need is someone to care about them and other people to think they are important. I think everyone has an importance, but even if you can't contribute to other people's happiness by caring, please just be kind enough not to bring them down. Remember, everyone has something of which to be proud. Even if we become the wealthiest, most famous person in the world, there are still people who have accomplished things we haven't. Please take a minute to think about how you treat others, and if you wouldn't like to be treated that way, then it's time to change. I hope my experiences have allowed me to teach the valuable lessons I have learned. I hope we as a class may now go out into the world with our eyes, ears, and mind open so that we may see people as they really are. Thank you.
Mr. Livingston has spent 31 of his years teaching at BFA, being involved not only in teaching, but in many extra activities as well. He coached football, baseball, track, and was the advisor to the Ham Radio Club, and has been an active member of the Teachers Association. But more importantly, he has become a friend and a pal to all of us here at the Academy. It is my pleasure to introduce Mr. John Livingston, the class of 1989 class speaker.
Members of the Board of Trustees, Greg Christie, Chairman, Principal Reginald Gauden, Vice Principal Robert Levis, Administrative Assistant Robert Camisa, Reverend James Morley, parents, relatives, and friends to the graduates, and the esteemed Bellows Free Academy graduating class. I am very deeply touched and honored to be selected by this great class for today's guest speaker. I want to thank Principal Golden for allowing me to leave you with some parting words of wisdom that might, in some small way, help raise you to great heights of accomplishment. When I was approached at the last assembly to be your speaker, I felt similar to this fish and game warden that I had heard about recently. It seemed that this warden was checking the fishing boats for fish and possible game violations. He realized that few people were catching any fish, except this one lone fisherman. Upon questioning the fisherman as to why he was getting boatloads of fish, the warden was invited to fish with him so that the warden could observe for himself the superior methods. Well, they arrived at about the middle of the lake, and when they did, the fisherman stopped the boat, reached under his seat, pulled out a stick of dynamite, lit the end of it, and threw it overboard. In no time at all, there was a large explosion and fish started floating up to the top of the lake. The warden started scolding the fishermen, saying, "You know, this type of fishing is illegal. You can't do this," and so forth and so on. While the warden was still admonishing the fisherman again reached under his seat, pulled out another stick of dynamite, lit it, and tossed it to the warden. The warden picked it up, and the fisherman said, "Well, sir, are you just going to sit there and talk, or are you going to fish?" As some of you know already, I am an avid hunter and fisherman, and this speaking engagement would land right in the middle of the Lake Champlain Fishing Derby, which I was entered in. My mind started to come up with negative thoughts of reasons to refuse, such as the derby or working the weekends and so forth. However, I want all of you to put yourself in my shoes for a moment so that perhaps you will see why I felt so much like the warden of the Fish and Game. Would the following potential graduates please stand and remain standing for a minute? Betsy McFeeters, Jennifer Knight, Jessica Wilson, and Andrea Langlois. Now, if you saw these four dynamite young ladies stroll across the gym floor together, climb up the bleacher steps to the place where you were sitting, each give you a great big hug, and then say, "Liv, you've been selected for graduation speaker. Do you think that you would hesitate very long?" I quickly replied, "I would love to do it." Thank you, girls. For some time, I pondered the subject matter of my talk. I wanted it to be of the most value to you in the time allowed. I first thought of exemplifying some of the greatest administrators, board members, teachers, and students that I have been associated with, people like Jesse Sunderland, Donald Pierce, Chet Massa, Murray Dunsmore, John Wilson, Bob White, Floyd Green, James Deschel, Peter Millett, James Emerson, Paul Ford, Bernie Keefe, Bob Rose, Ed Menkins, Brian Bliss, Lisa Gagnon, and the class of '89, and others. But I realized that this would take too long, so I decided upon the following. Now, you're going to think that Corey and I got together to write our speeches because we are very close akin to each other. Maybe that's because Corey and I know each other pretty well. I want to have you carry away from BFA 3 ideas that could bolster your personality and help you be a success. One is attitude, another is fairness, and another is sense of humor. I will speak to these individually. First, whatever the task or tasks that you undertake in the future, be it from your age to my age and beyond, I want you to approach the task with an attitude that you deserve to possess, an attitude of complete faith in yourself and whatever your being is, your supreme being is. You should know that whatever the task, no matter how large it seems, you can do it successfully. I have faith in all of you, and I want you to have faith in yourself as well. Don't let anyone or yourself belittle your abilities. Just smile if you feel like it, and complete your task to the very best of your ability. If this task involves part of your education, then your attitude should be one of excitement and challenge. As you know now, I have taught school for 33 years. In 1956, I was at Middleborough, Massachusetts, the upper part of the Cape. In 1957, I was at Newton, Mass., Newton Public Schools. And from 1958 to the present, of course, BFA. Shortly after joining BFA, I became uneasy with some of the courses I was called upon to teach and realized that I wanted to join the science department. This meant that I should get more advanced work. I had learned that there were National Science Foundation grants available through certain colleges and universities, and that they would pay not only my expenses, but give stipends to the family. Believe it or not, I completed forms of 15 different colleges and universities. As I was accepted as a member or an alternate at 3 of them, I finally decided to accept the University of Utah in Salt Lake City, where I enrolled in every science and math course that I could possibly squeeze in. It was a very trying but rewarding experience for me, not only because I placed 3rd in my master's thesis out of 44 National Science Foundation members from all over the United States, but because it gave me a permanent attitude of accomplishment. I knew from that day forward I could handle any task set before me. Here was a woodchuck from Vermont that could rank with the best of them. Please note that while the others had their thesis typed for them, I typed my own. I say all this braggartness to back up the statement that I have faith in you, because I know where you're coming from. About 7 years after the grant from Utah, I received another grant, NSF grant, in chemistry from Beaver College near Philadelphia. Again, because I now had a more positive attitude and knew what I wanted. These 2 NSF institutes put me in contact with some truly great educators. Dr. Thomas Parmalee, physicist, Dr. Henry Eyring, chemist, both of Utah, Dr. Fieser, Harvard chemist, and Dr. Henry Allier, chemist from Princeton. All of these men impressed me with their sincere, enjoyable approach to learning. But it was Dr. Allier, with his dynamic manner, who made the greatest impression on me. His words always stuck with me. Educators should realize that education in schools is 90% salesmanship and 10% facts and figures. These people helped me to gain a great attitude. A second idea that should be part of your task at hand is approaching the task from a position of fairness. This has been more difficult for me to deal with, and it will be for you. There has been many times in the past when I now realize that I had not acted fairly, either to other persons or to myself. If you're taking a formal education course of sorts, make very sure that those around you can get the most out of what is being taught. It is very difficult to prohibit your neighbors from copying from you, or for you not to copy from your neighbor if you feel that they are more knowledgeable. But please remember, that person knows more because they worked harder to learn it. They have been fair to themselves. Try to be fair with everyone and yourself at whatever you do. The third and last quality that all of us should work on is developing a fine sense of humor. I can't tell you the number of recommendations that I have written for students over the years. And I'm always pleased when I'm able to list as one of the qualities they have a fine sense of humor. Schools realize that this quality lends to stability and that this person can handle the stressful college pressure. Work at it. This is somewhat more difficult for some people than others. Now, as several of you know, before I decided on the content of this speech, I asked Tammy, Dallas, Brad, Jen, Betsy, and several others to decide which speech they would select. The $10 one, that would run you about an hour, or the $10,000 one, that would run you about 20 minutes. Well, I am pleased to announce to you all that my 20-minute alarm is just ringing, so I must end this now. This, of course, means that I should thank you seniors for helping finance my new bike. Thank you for that. And please remember that any of you are entitled to a ride anytime with the permission of your parents and guardians, of course. I also want to thank you for the special acknowledgement in the yearbook. I apologize for missing your class night. I just didn't have enough time to cancel my other engagement. So, Lord love a duck. This is the end of our journey together. But because this is Father's Day, and you're the class that tagged me Big Daddy, I expect a hug from each of you. Bye now, and I love you.
Good afternoon. I know the time is fast approaching that these graduates have been looking for at least 12 years. And they certainly have heard from me probably more than they want to for a while. But I guess I'm going to take just a few more moments. Congratulations, class of 1989. You have been an exceptional group of young people. I can speak from 27 years of experience, not as long as some of the people who are retiring this year, and I would just add that we have 6 faculty members leaving. Their total education experience is over 200 years of education in schools, 161 at BFA. I think that's a tremendous tribute to these 6 exceptional educators that we will not have back next year. My certainly congratulations to them for the fine performance they've given us over the years. But I want to get back to the class of 1989. This class has had more probably adversity than most classes that I've dealt with. First of all, it was the PSA standards, more credits, community service. Do we remember the session we had in the auditorium several months ago? We've had some other new challenges. We've improved the curriculum or accelerated the curriculum. A number of you were the first people through the first 4 years of the accelerated program. I know that's been difficult, but you certainly have done well. And in fact, the first 3 positions this year, Laurie Burview, the valedictorian, Lauren Marjorie, the salutatorian, and number 3, Mike Zoldas, their difference was in hundreds of points. It was not much difference. They certainly excelled and did well, as many of the others have. I think probably the high point for me has been the fact that you have been, and I'll say this unequivocally, the most cooperative young group of people that I've ever dealt with, and I thank you for that. I'd also like to take a moment or two to thank a number of, I wouldn't say people because it's dangerous when you start thanking people, you usually overlook some, but groups. I certainly thank the Board of Trustees for their support and for their help during the year. Trustees to my left, seated in front, and Mr. Christie, certainly have helped make this a fine institution. Also the staff, which includes both the professional and support staff at Bellows Free Academy. You see the fine work that they have done today, the decorations here, the seating, all the things they have gone out to do. Teamwork, their help has been invaluable. And the parents in the community, certainly without your support, especially your financial support, we could not do the things that we do at Bellows Free Academy. I think I might note to you that we do have a tradition at Bellows Free Academy, and that is a lot of people contribute monies to this institution. Next year at this time, we will be able to award 2 scholarships, each of approximately $12,000, boy and girl graduating. We had a former alumnus of this institution who left us in excess of $200,000 put into a scholarship fund. I just learned this week of another grant that we will have. I do not know the exact amount of the money, but again, it's substantial. Awards total over $60,000 this year to the graduates. This does speak of the community that we live in, the spirit of seeing our young people go on to college. And I am proud to report, I don't know if any of you noticed it in the paper today, that we do have nearly 54% of our young people going on to schools of higher learning. That's certainly commendable. And I certainly would like to be remiss if I didn't thank my administrative team for their excellent help during the year. They certainly go out of their way to provide those things that we need. And again, I guess I would point to your model. In order to appreciate you, you had to be there. You are a great group of young people. I congratulate you. I will miss you. I love you. And I hope that you have great success in your future. This time I'd like to ask Mr. Levis and Mr. Camisa to help me with the presentation of awards.
Bellows Free Academy is very fortunate to have several awards given annually to deserving seniors. Many of these awards have been given at the Sports Award Banquet, at Baccalaureate, at Class Night. Awards reserved for today's commencement exercises are as follows. Academic Gold Pins. Academic Gold Pins are awarded to students who have earned 32 or more semester A's in their courses over their 4 years at Bellows Free Academy. This year's gold pin winners are Martha Blaisdell, Corinne Bombardier, Christine Carlson, Kathleen Dubin, Dallas St. Peter, Lori Verville, Jessica Wilson, and Michael Zoldas. Would those students please come to the stage? The Chauncey B. Warner Memorial Scholarship Fund was established in June of 1986 by the Board of Managers of the Warner Home for Little Wanderers as a memorial to his many years of dedicated service to the needy children of Franklin County. These scholarships are presented to seniors who have been accepted in a post-secondary undergraduate program and are based on financial need and initiative. The recipients are as follows: Sean Allard, Michael Anderson, Kathleen Dugan, Jane Ripley, Colleen Squires, McKenna Yando. Congratulations. Bellows Free Academy Good Citizenship Scholarship is presented to those students who have been of service to the school, of exceptional service to the school over the past 4 years. Those recipients are, and I'd like to ask them to remain on stage, Trudy Elward, Stephen Carroll. Daughters of American Revolution Award is presented to the outstanding senior boy and outstanding senior girl who has demonstrated qualities of dependability, leadership, service, and patriotism. Those recipients are Trudy Allard, Stephen Carroll. Attendance certificates are presented to seniors who have had perfect attendance for the 4 years they have attended Bellows Free Academy. Those recipients are Brian King, Billy LeBlanc. The Marjorie Powell Memorial Scholarship is given annually to BFA seniors. This scholarship fund has been established by David and Richard Powell in memory of their mother, Marjorie Shaw Powell. Mrs. Powell was a former teacher in Milton and at Bellows Free Academy. The recipients of those awards are Scott Booker, Brian King. The Robert C. Burr scholarships have been created by Congress in honor of U.S. Senate Majority Leader Robert Burr. These $1,500 awards are presented to honor scholars with the highest composite scores on the Scholastic Aptitude tests. The recipient is Corinne Bombardier. Northwestern Medical Center Scholarship is given to Bellows Free Academy seniors who are pursuing a career in medically related occupations. Recipients are Jane Ripley, Jessica Wilson. St. Albans Rotary Awards are made annually by the St. Albans Rotary Club to honor the outstanding senior boy and senior girl. These awards are named in honor of two Rotarians who were also leaders in education: Paul B. Trahan, former superintendent of schools, and Jesse Sunderland, former BFA headmasters. $300 scholarship is presented to each recipient, and the plaques at BFA are engraved with the recipient's names. The winners are Trudy Allaward, Dallas St. Peter. Sidney J. Basil Memorial Scholarship Award is given annually in memory of Mr. Basil, a prominent Vermont businessman, to a graduating senior selected in an open application process. The recipient this year is McKenna Yandel. The Stranahan Trust was established by Mr. William W. Seymour as a memorial to Mr. and Mrs. Stuart Stranahan in appreciation for their kindness to him as a small boy. This year's recipients are Corinne Bombardier, Kathleen Dugan, Jane Ripley, Dallas St. Peter. Bellows Free Academy Trustee Awards are given annually to a senior girl and senior boy who have shown the greatest attendance, social, and academic improvements in the 4 years of attending Bellows Free Academy. The recipients this year are Tracy Greeno and Darren Martell. The Vermont Honor Scholarship is awarded to the Vermont student by the Vermont Student Assistance Corporation to a senior who is a Vermont resident who plans to attend an approved post-secondary institution next fall and who has demonstrated scholastic excellence. The recipient this year is Lori Verville.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the BFA trustees and myself, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all the parents, grandparents, friends, and relatives of the graduates for being here today. Graduation marks an important time in these young people's lives. I'm sure it's a comfort to them to be surrounded by people that care so much about them. Thanks for coming. And now if I could have a word with the graduates. It is both an honor and and a pleasure to get the opportunity to speak to you people today. If I remember what I'm going to say, I'll be fine. I thought about the things that I'd learned and the things that I had seen since I had graduated from high school. Things that were important to me now, but perhaps weren't important to me then. I'm not going to take up much of your time. I promised Woody that I wouldn't. I have 3 things that I'd like to share with you. A bit of advice, if you will. The first being that I urge you to become active participants in your life. Don't stand by and let other people make decisions that are going to affect your lives. Oftentimes, decisions or elections are decided by one vote or one voice. Let that voice be yours. If I can stand up here 14 years after graduating from BFA and hand out diplomas to you young people, there's no reason that 14 years from now that one of you people shouldn't be right here. The second thing is, Webster's dictionary defines the word success as that which has a favorable or satisfactory outcome or result. Don't let your success be measured by your salary at the end of the week or the awards or the achievements that you get in your lifetime. Let your success be measured by yourself. Take pride in whatever it is that you do in life, that you've done it to the best of your ability, and that's all that anybody can ever ask. And third, and probably most important, is that the people, your parents, or whoever brought you up, are very important people. There are times when, at this stage of your life, that it may not seem that they can be your best friends, but they can. Over the years, you are going to need their kind words and support to get you through troubled times. Believe me, I know. I've been there. So all I ask you is the people that are here, that brought you up and took care of you, take the opportunity to tell them that you love them while those opportunities still exist. I wish you well in whatever you do in life. Good luck, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 1989. Christine M. Allard. Don Michael Allard, pro merito. Michael T. Anderson, pro merito. Richard Austin. Trudy Lynn Aylwood, pro merito. Stephen A. Babcock. Jeremy Robert Baker. Heather M. Barnes, pro merito. Deanna M. Belanger, National Honor Society. Christine Suzanne Belrose. Michelle L. Berry. Craig A. Berthium. Lori Bissett, pro merito National Honor Society. Michael D. Bessette. Kimberly Ann Blackmore, pro merito. Martha Louise Blaisdell, pro merito, National Honor Society. Josh C. Blanc. Lisa Marie Bocash, pro merito, National Honor Society. Demetrius John Balduc. Corinne Sue Bombardi, pro merito, National Honor Society. John Morris Bonnet. Scott D. Booker. Daniel Allen Boomauer, pro merito. Richard A. Bora, Jr. Brian Raymond Boucher. Christina Louise Boucher. Amy Gail Brannon, pro merito, National Honor Society. Mark H. Ramsfield. Tina Marie Brassard. Aaron K. Brooks. Heather Bryce. Tammy Lynn Bullock. Scott G. Burleson. Michael S. Bernor. Scott R. Cadju. Kristen Keenan Camisa. Julie A. Canales. Christine A. Carlson, pro merito, National Honor Society. Brian D. Carpenter, pro merito, National Honor Society. Stephen G. Carroll, pro merito. Scott Daniel Schwanier. John J. Churchill. Stephen Carmi Holmes, Jr. Scott Coolbeth. Julie Chantel Corbeil. Chris S. Courtois. Dana L. Kreller. Donna C. Zuckery. George Raymond DeSell, Jr. Kathleen Parks Dugan, Pro Merito, National Honor Society. Carrie Nicole Dugento, Pro Merito, National Honor Society. Bradley Curtis Dunsmore. Christopher Charles Dussault. Laura Angeline R. Furland. Michelle A. Furland. Eva Suzanne Fisk. Gwyneth Rachel Richardson Flack. Benjamin Daniel Flanders, Pro Merito, National Honor Society. Danielle Amy Frappier. Mark Fraunhofer. Ginger Marie Gabri. Kevin Dennis Gagne. Paul J. Gagne. Tammy Lynn Gamache. Teresa M. Gardner. Jason Allen Garrow, Pro Merito. Stacy Lee Gaudette. Jeffrey P. Gingras. Amy Lisa Garnella. Stacy May Goodrow. Frank Edward Gordon II. Daniel N. Goslin. Richard A. Green, Jr. Tracy Ann Greeno. Earl Edward Greenwood. Vaughn Clark Gross, Pro Merito. Christina L. Hansen. Christy Louise Haspray, pro merito. Allison Atkins Haynes. Louis J. Hemingway III. Kirsten Lee Hobb. Timothy B. Hooks. Cheryl Lee Hope, pro merito. Kenneth I. Hope, pro merito, National Honor Society. Wendy Howard. Dimitri N. Hudak. Haley L. Hughes. Matthew John Ianta. Eric Breton Isham. Matthew S. Isham, pro merito, National Honor Society. Diana Marie Ives. Julie E. Jeffords. John C. Johnson. Sheila Shay Jones, pro merito, National Honor Society. Paul B. Kane, National Honor Society. Brian Michael King, pro merito, National Honor Society. Jessica Hope Kittel. Jennifer Aldridge Knight, pro merito. Stephanie Allison Krebs, pro merito, National Honor Society. Robert E. Krieger. Kathleen Diane Lesperance, pro merito. Kathy A. Lamotte. Kathleen Elizabeth Lanphier. Andrea Michelle Langlois, pro merito. Wendy Lee LaPierre. Shelley L. LaRose, pro merito. Holly Larson. Billy W. LeBlanc, pro merito. Michelle Ann LaDuke. Jeffrey William Leet Pro Merito. Jill Michelle Lahoulier. Jeffrey S. Levesque. Daniel Aaron Levy Pro Merito. Jessica Jean Little Pro Merito. Lori Suzanne Little Pro Merito, National Honor Society. Stephen Longway. Thomas Edward Lowell III. Dory Lynn Lundeville, Pro Merito, National Honor Society. Linda Jean Maishi. Jennifer L. McNeil, Pro Merito, National Honor Society. Gregory Charles Mansky. Adam Ronald Marcotte, Pro Merito, National Honor Society. Darren Andrew Martell. Sharon Lynn Martin. Tammy Lee Massey. Shannon Mary McEnany. Betsy Jean McFeeters. Kathleen Susan McGraw. Lisa Marie Medor. Nicole Marie Messier. Diana Lynn Munier. Dawn Colleen Mobus. Marinez Falcone Montalvo. Cheryl A. Niles. Heather Marie Ovett. Corey Stevens Paquette. Russell A. Paradis. Andre R. Parent Pro Merito. John Mark Parent. Michael Scott Parent. Todd Patterson. Susan A. Picard. Mary J. Peon, Pro Merito. Stacy Ann Prime. Tammy Provazzi, Joseph N. Putnam, Stacy Lynn Quilliam, Tammy Lynn Rand, Anne Marie Raymond, Craig Thomas Reed, Pamela J. Reed, pro merito, Randall J. Reed, Richard A. Reed, Chad R. Remillard, Aaron Augustine Reynolds, pro merito National Honor Society, Brent A. Richard, Jane Elizabeth Ripley, pro merito National Honor Society, Lisa Marie Robtoy, Sean M. Robtoy, Sean Allen Rollo, Stephen F. Royce, Melissa Renee Ryan, Elizabeth H.B. Riteraga, Dallas T. St. Peter Pro Merito National Honor Society, Stacy Lynn Marie Sampson, Jennifer Lynn Schreiber, Sharon Ann Shea, Melissa Ann Shepard, Thomas H. Simpson, Mary Teresa Catherine Smith, Pamela Jean Smith, Peter J. Smith, Gwen Catherine Sorley, Pro Merito National Honor Society, Colleen Marie Squires, Derek P. Stringer, Jochen Stubel, Samu T. Suwanpa, Pro Merito National Honor Society, Peter Daniel Tabor, Alma Martha Thibault, Pro Merito National Honor Society, Matthew A. Thompson, Deborah Jean Treya, Lori Virgil, Pro Merito, National Honor Society. Craig J. Villeneuve, Keith Arthur Wakefield, Alicia D. Ward, Donald Allen Wells Jr., Pro Merito, National Honor Society. Donald L. Westover Jr., Kathleen Heather Willie, Jessica Ann Wilson, Pro Merito, National Honor Society. Sabrina Lynn Wimbo, Pro Merito, National Honor Society. Candy Lee Winiger, Pro Merito, National Honor Society. Andrew T. Wood, Catherine Wood, McKenna Claire Rachel Yandow, Laura Dufresne Yates, Pro Merito, National Honor Society. Sean Patrick Zier, Michael Edward Zoldas, Pro Merito, National Honor Society.
By Champlain's sparkling water stands the school we love. For her glory and her honor may we ever prove. Though the fleeting years may part us, never fail. Evermore to sing her praises. Hail, Saint Hail, hail.
We give you thanks for the joy, praise, and grace and completeness of this moment, O God. Send us forth with knowledge and wisdom to work and to play in thy kingdom. May the Lord bless us and keep us, his light shine upon us, and his peace be with us. Amen.
Camper. Hey, Michael.
Wait, don't. Turn around one more time. And the last There's a geek there. How you doing?
I thought.
Ladies.